Okay, let's continue where we left off. We had a very classic seduction quest for the barge. Should be interesting. Uh-oh. Okay, it's saved during this. We should be right at the end. Just speed right through this. Just do these responsibilities real quick.
Velko.
Go brown.
Oh yeah, I don't have the soul spell right. Yeah. Spirit Thief.
Densa. Pentike. Belaringe.
Got it. Add some Ferrous. Yeah. Should be some in front of the forge. And 5 herbs. Didn't quite finish it. Need to eat first.
Oh, Marcel. Oh.
Deliver that, and then we can finish the quest. Have a quick meal.
Maureen, Wilga, Alexis.
Nerith!
Okay, see Mr. Krogs. Bit of Lord Leaf and some Belladonna. One more Belladonna.
Kensuke.
Okay, should be almost finished.
Kelvin, Karusela.
Laughing.
Okay, now we get the tavern again
Sabe.
and remake Remus.
Enzig.
Oshinek. Oh. Huh.
I can't remember what stuff I got for them. Well, let's do good. That's Remus, alright. Hey, and we were doing the New Gangs of Abbeville Seduce.
Haha, Zorek!
Gather inspiration.
Yeah?
Gather the love theme.
Your ein, Mary.
Doesn't seem to be decreasing. I like that you can collect these themes. Write comedic play, write poem. I don't know.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's just not decreasing. Must be some interaction somewhere. Not a self-interaction. Okay, how do I do this? Oh, it is just a ground interaction. I should save. Oh yeah, there we go. Crime theme. Get some food. Mushroom soup. While walking down the street, Troubadour Remus heard some crying down an alley. Glancing that way, he saw a small and very dirty child crying by a gutter. Perhaps the child had simply lost her mother. The only way to know was for Troubadour Remus to ask for what's wrong. Worthless children like this are everywhere. If one were to stop and help every single one in distress, nothing would ever come out of it. I mean, it could be a trap. Sure. The child explained that she had lost her only toy down the gutter and she couldn't reach it because her arms were too short. Wrinkling his nose, Remus got on his stomach and reached shoulder deep into the gutter, and that was when the little twerp ran up and kicked Remus in the face before running away, cackling at her clever joke. It was humiliating, but at least Remus recovered an interesting trinket from the gutter. Minor wound, mystical metal fragment. Ah. We gotta give that to Carrie. That seems like a really rare resource if it comes from a rabbit hole.
Sur le blanc, Yarset. Zimmer fait
Woblin Dene
Rausch,
Kuni.
Corbin,
Empima. Kovan Dunafli.
I missed the shops closing, so I ordered some milk with my fast food order. This is surprisingly good. Wonder what milk they used. Got it. Okay. Get started. Listen, honey, keep your nose out of this, okay? I wouldn't want any of the fighting to hurt that pretty little head of yours. Oh, she called me pretty. Launch your cute little imp. Scoot along and stay out of business that isn't yours. Keep your head down and everything will go smoothly. Something's going on here. They're planning something that involves the city, that's for sure. The monarch's hands might be tied, but mine aren't. Perhaps the formal diplomat from Alpiville will be more willing to shed some light on these gangs. Like how everyone thinks that Remus is just adorable. Because he is. The gangs, perhaps you've met Rat King or the Queen of Heart already. Once they decide who gets which parts of the town, I expect you'll know them much more intimately. I don't know. I need a random name generator so badly.
Kopeka Kado.
Voilà.
No. Veru Quovis. Yantisa Shablem. Bonzibla. Bonjo Quosin. Rolis.
There's so many people coming here. I think I don't know something's going on, but what can I do without hard evidence? You may be able to help. Yeah, take this, look over it, and see if you can come up with a plan. You might be the only one who can save Peenia. Looks extremely useful. The king believes in me. I won't let him down. Subversion and you. These do actually affect the food quality. I hadn't even considered that. Probably help the priest if I got them a good cooking station. Can you just leave the food in there like a... What is it, a forever stew? I don't know, it's smoking a lot. The intel suggests that a gang will crumble if the views of their leader no longer coincide with the members. Perhaps if you can corrupt one of the gang's leaders, I can cause them to falter, and I know just how to do it. I will seduce Rat King Aramis and influence him to do my bidding. I will seduce Queen of Hearts Elizabeth and influence her to do my bidding. Queen of Heart. We will become the King of Heart. Turn on the charm a little and I'll have this Queen of Heart eating from the palm of my hand. Foreign lands and lost theme. I actually like that we have a barmaid here. Yeah, the brewing is free in the tavern. What if I could talk to people from here and they'd give me some foreign themes? Watcher theme. Kingdom and royalty. Animals and hunting. Love. Or food and drink watcher. What if I gather for inspiration here? I like having to gather for inspiration for writing. It would be a cool thing in the mainline games too, when you're doing writing. Or maybe catching some themes for painting too. So many cool ideas here that they could really use in the mainline games. Yeah, keep gathering inspiration there. Maybe if I gather at the docks. Foreign lands. There we go. Sky and stars. Location-based gathering too. By the war poem. Themes of war and foreign lands. Okay, I need more foreign lands. Lands. Ooh, nice. Got an extra one. War and foreign lands. Oh! You can do a costume too. You're not gonna level up. Oh, is it the new archive that I'm using, maybe? Lands, war, foreign lands. Oh, I was writing a play, that's what it was.
No cat harvest.
Read the poem to a pirate. And then pay taxes.
Zadib. Tanith Kopeth.
His professional XP at a slightly slower rate. Might occasionally do something really random. Expect you seem to be forgetful from time to time. Foreign lands and love. What was it called? It was Abbeville, right? Yeah. Form is perfect. Now to throw myself at her feet. Remus is a foot guy. Already pledging yourself to the queens. Wise move, young one. Maybe too wise. Prove me your loyalty to Abbeville, and I'll welcome you like one of my own. Perfect chance to read my poem. Also, Abbeville's rolling hills remind you of my ample body, do they? How cute. Alright, you'll do. Sweet. How may I serve you, my queen? First we'll need some basic provisions to keep us in business here. The townspeople won't suspect anything is amiss if you get them for us. Meet us at the camp near the forest when you're done. 3 cheese, 1 boar meat. Got all the cheese I need, that takes care of the meat. Oh yeah, they've got a proper camp here.
Hasa Iova, Durain, Meranin,
Keslin no Sharok.
Ubiexa.
And no interest that seems to woohoo with nearby. Soon there will be. Done well, perhaps we'll have more use to you than just as a servant. Relax, get to know the girls.
Jugonik, nacie. Wisum moleson.
Gufip soret.
Dromish.
Venek, Uzel.
Gravin.
Jonab, Tamiep. Obarin Glaterion.
Not too bad looking, you know. If you put some effort into it, I bet you'd be almost as good at looking as me. Hey, Remus is beautiful. It's nothing personal, it's just business. Rat King Aramis and I choose prime points of the target city and then take it for our own. It's how we've always done it.
Quosel. Harem Broven.
Drinks all around, hooray, drinks.
Hendra Relepsis Venek.
That's the perfect chance to slip out unnoticed.
Streasen. French.
Himet.
Lemerche.
Norcia.
Grouse.
Teshima.
Vo, Nolshin. Momin Vidosha. Relsha. Ube. Binofa.
Damn it. We won't have a dry spell soon.
Principe. Orbitrage.
Time to get Remus some action. That's what this questline is all about. That doesn't even have a time limit. Licentious Sims. Okay, so that's a fatal flaw thing that you can get. That's why it's got no time limit.
Parel.
Let's give Carrie that medal. What would it be to improve our loot? Wait, does the blacksmith not do loot? Oh, there might be something you need to buy from places. Melodic lute. Fiddle. Doesn't have a next to it. Perform on board the ship. The throne room will be ours. Looks like we have a guest.
You going
Got it? If you must know, I had planned on taking the throne room for my own when we squash your little city under our feet. Run along now, the grown-ups need to talk. Lucky tidbit to over here. Perhaps I can use this knowledge to start the subversion. Perfect, they're already wasted. I imagine Elizabeth will be even more susceptible to my advances now. And to pull out all the stops. Let's see her try to resist this move. Aggressively seduce. Oh damn. That's what I like. Let's cut straight to the chase, shall we? Alphaville style. Damn. Well, that dry spell is over. And we gotta level up from it, of course. Perform songs on the lute to raise the spirits of nearby Sims and raise a little bit of cash on the side. Compose poison plays, new songs unlocked. That was saucy. I think I've got her right where I want her. Time to continue my plan.
Wicklin!
I know he's taking the throne room, but you know what? You're right. I should get it instead. Come on, girls, we're going to the throne room. The tinder is set. All that's needed is the spark. The people tried to take the richest part of his kingdom from me, Aramis. Elizabeth, you know I would never. The Red Kings, Queens of Heart and Gods have burst into battle, but who will come out victorious? Oh. Holy shit. It's a massacre. They're all dead. Arbil will crumble without one of its infamous gang leaders, and I'll never be let back in after what I've done. You, Remus, you've got to help me. You deserve to die like your nation. If you submit... that's weird. Sure. Now I'll show you how we do it beanie style.
Saravinia.
I don't feel great about hitting on her when she's crying.
Simmons Veritas? Oh, no.
Handicap marriage here. Okay, we're just gonna queue that up a bunch of times. It seemed to work last time. Neither of us is Peter, and so we don't have the option. Oh, it doesn't let you queue them. Could we ask to be converted? I feel like it'll be a lot easier if we do it in a church.
Sur de blar, Yarset. That's all.
There we are. There we are. That's probably better. Don't have to deal with weird pathfinding or whatever. Norman is just sleeping. He's vibing. New songs. With the castle paralyzed by politics, Troubadour Remus was able to spring into action and prevent disaster. He was commended for truly taking matters into his own hands. With his gangs in complete disarray, Abbeville quickly surrendered and Remus moved the kingdom even closer to its destiny. Beatnia style. That didn't get me the achievement, did it? Get something at the cost of something else. Oh, that didn't get me like any RP. Oh, we only have the Jacobin Monastery and Spike Waters left. Only need one more building. Yeah, I'm not sure if we want to end the ambition though. I think the other ambitions are just the same, but they have a different goal. Chinchilla was a chinchilla, at least that's what the common wisdom used to be, before the reports started flooding in of chinchillas that seemed impervious to harm. Hunters were in a bit of a panic as their weapons seemed to bounce right off the creature's hides. What was going on in the forest? What had happened to those chinchillas? Someone would have to find out no matter the danger. So conventional swords don't seem to be doing it against these chinchillas. There's a simple solution for that. New better swords. There may be a way to settle this situation with something other than swords and blood. A little faith, a little careful construction. Who knows what solution we may craft to this chinchilla problem. Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. They have individual, like, funds as well. It's always family funds in other Sims games. There's another really cool detail that the other games could use. I'd love to be able to have like a bunch of different Sims living in one house and they all have their own funds.
Snälla.
Fiery Great Sword. Angel's Hammer. Ooh, mystical metal fragment. According to the myths, the Watcher gave one of these divine hammers to Jacob and one to Peter, with instructions to forge a better life for their followers. Contrary to the Watcher's desires, the hammers were instead used by Jacob and St. Peter to forge weapons of war to fight each other. Enraged, the Watcher broke the hammers and scattered the pieces across the land. Doom Staff. Staff of Pure Evil. It gives its wielder extreme power, but at the cost of catching the Reaper's eye. Don't have the Doom Sword yet. I think I'll hold on to that metal fragment. It was the strangest thing. I've hunted in the forest before, but these chinchillas have never been a bother. Today they viciously attacked, and when I tried to fight back, it was as if my sword simply bounced off them. You can see for yourself if you want to. Take my sword and go find a chinchilla in the forest, but be careful. Oh, positive buff when questing alone.
Relax.
I could get some kind of fun item, probably.
Yaza! Zabrel!
I've unearthed an unexpected recipe, an ancient concoction called chinchili. It helped me connect with a chinchilla. If I can acquire the right ingredients and make myself some. One key ingredient is chillweed, which I should be able to find in the local forest. Oh yeah, they still have the fucking dry spell. Can I even flirt as a priest?
L'anel vererig. Templar skosel. Flippin och bara fast vid norr.
Flosem flosem. Freelem.
Getting hungry.
Voben kolga fradish.
You wanna bang? That was quick. We still have the book we wrote. Now can we bang? Oh, what does he reek? There they go. You just see, I see they've set upon you like the beasts they are. Was the sword not useless? We hunters need your help. Your best bet may be rigging some device to capture one of these creatures and seeing if we can calm it down. In the meantime, I will take back my sword. Carrie wandered into the clearing with Hunter Nua's words ringing in her ears. Almost immediately she was set upon by the chinchillas. Blacksmith Carrie swung her sword quickly and bravely, but as Hunter and Neve had foretold, it was useless. It glanced off the heights of the creatures, and Blacksmith Carry was forced to beat a quick retreat. A hunter would be a really cool hero too. Go visit Dominic. While Richard is ending his dry spell.
Tanev.
Frötje.
Ooh.
Jordan.
Successfully treated. Operating table is a miracle of modern medieval engineering. Sick and injured seems in the world over seek its rack-like comfort to ease the pain and suffering. Ooh, it's got a minigame to it. The blood level. Oh, I really want to try this minigame.
Sure luck.
Why is she laughing at me after I got treated? Or do I have those bear meats? Oh, I do have them this time. Richard shouts to the defense of the mother with a cry of "Hold thieves!" Unfortunately, in the confusion of the crowd, Richard was unaware of the other brigands all around him. In moments, Richard found himself on the ground, having been pounded several times with heavy clubs. Ouch. Major laceration.
Oven.
Partially treated. Woozy.
Elba. Brennan.
Ooh. Got that one naturally. Two boarding plates. I'm not gonna be able to make that in time. Probably make the crude longsword. Got him. Okay, you go sleep too. Where'd we get all that money from? Collected chilla weed. Managed to secure enough chilla weed for my recipe. Now to get the rest of the ingredients and make that stew. You can make whale soup. Rabbit meat, spices, and wheat. Simple enough. We've seen several folks with lovely parrots lately. It's time to get a parrot for yourself. There are 2 new shops in town. Perhaps you should visit one of them. One of the shops on the northern edge of town has an eccentric owner with some interesting products. Let's check there. Rumor has it that the shop on the southern edge of town is quite fancy looking. I want to go there. Go to the eccentric. There is a dead parrot. You found the shop, picked up a caged parrot and went on with your business. A short time later you noticed the parrot wasn't moving. It was in fact quite dead. Heartbroken, you returned to the shop and confronted the clerk. Surprisingly, the clerk asserted that the parrot was actually alive. He's just resting, the clerk insisted. Nothing you said or did could change the clerk's obstinate denial of reality. Now what are you going to do with a dead parrot? You could eat it. It's a bird. White meat.
Norris! Evermore!
Chinchilla trap. Jeez.
Steve.
Just one?
Integral.
Don't eat it. Damn it. Oh no, I think we were supposed to eat it. Look at the mills. No, that's not the word. Shit. Windmills. I guess they are a type of mill, right?
Ah!
I'm already at platinum. Stop breaking your staff. Capture chinchilla.
Appel!
And that popularity drops fast. Oh, a baby.
Zebra Paiselli.
Here's a wedding gift. It's a chinchilla. With chinchilla in tow, I should head over to Prior Richard and see if he has come across anything that could help solve this chinchilla problem. Imbue chinchilla with Piece of the Watcher. The self-action. Amazing. Once imbued, the chinchilla calmed down immediately. It's as docile as can be now. But what to do next? Perhaps I could release it back into the herd and it could teach the other chinchillas to be at peace as well. Or I can see the blacksmith carry can build me something that would allow me to do this on a larger scale. To imbue the entire herd at once. To the entire herd. I'm not about to pin our hopes on the persuasiveness of a chinchilla. That's almost absurd. Since I know this imbuement works on a single chinchilla, I am confident that Blacksmith Carry and I can work together to come up with a way to imbue the whole herd at once. Right chinchilla wisdom. While Blacksmith Carry is working on her contraption, I should spend a little time writing with the Watcher to see what wisdom I can gather. Prior Richard will let me use his archives to diagram exactly how I'll be able to construct a device to amplify the Watcher's piece onto the entire chinchilla herd in the forest. Of course, if I connect this to that and put in a bit of amplifying dust, this might just do it. Where am I going to get amplifying dust? That mystic merchant who wanders around town may have some, but I haven't seen him in days. I wonder if anyone knows where he is. I don't have any friends.
Javin Consig of Fassim.
Zadim, Sick Relapsis. Ner.
I believe he was going to be in town square around this time today, looking to sell some goods. You're a blacksmith, are you not? I'll make you a deal. Instead of simply selling this dust to you for money, I'd prefer a small trade instead. I am expanding my dust business and I have no real way of organizing it at the moment. If you can forge a proper dust box for me, I shall gladly give you a sample of my amplifying dust in exchange. Can do. Forge a dust box. Oh, that's a cheap one. In matters of chinchilla, it must be known that no beater is ever alone. Gather the victims by sermon in church and a solution will appear to end your search. Dirty and organized dust box, just as Mystic Merchant Theodosius ordered. I'm sure he has left the town square by now, though I should ask around to see if anyone saw where Theodosius went.
Ko.
Parosh.
Elvoni Lebran. Ebony.
Parosh Crooklyn.
Quonet.
Jacobin. Okay, so we do have some Jacobin Sims, even if we don't have the cathedral. Mystic Merchant Theodosius, yes, I've seen him. He said he was off to the docks in an attempt to sell some dust to a few sailors who were headed out to sea. This box is fine indeed. As promised, here is your amplifying dust. Use it wisely, for it has great power. And remember, if you have any need in the future for dust, be it magical or plain, I'm your man.
Nej, Quesham Onja, Nerib Yof Yannick, Tarek Granny, Mazim Krelan Morgan. Onjel.
There we go. Smaller than I imagined, but it has the amplification power necessary to do the job. I should get this over to Prior Richard as soon as I can. Sermon seems to have attracted a few hunters who surely have suffered at the hands of, or rather teeth of, these wild chinchillas as well. I should pray with a few of them and see if they can help with our dilemma. Okay, go take care of your needs. Hey, make one bear soup. Okay, they're going home. Hello, Norman. don't know, the food quality. I guess it gives you a better buff. Doesn't seem to make the food more filling if you use a better station. Oh, Remus.
Yine.
While praying with these hunters, inspiration struck. These chinchillas need not be calmed when they need to be healed. Their aggressiveness is not simply beastly anger, but rather a reaction to a deep-seated pain. Blacksmith carries Amplifier. A generous helping of the Watcher's piece will heal all wounds. Same message.
Open the braille.
Pay those taxes. Elizabeth is about to grow up. Friar Richard stepped into the forest clearing and was instantly aware of the many pairs of eyes watching his every move. The chinchillas were here, waiting. Richard took a deep breath, pulled the amplifier out of his pocket and began the imbuement. His body surged with energy as the piece of the Watcher spread from his heart outward in a wave of divine love, and it has passed over the creatures. Their bared teeth were sheathed and the killer instinct quelled. The docile chinchillas roamed out into the sunlight, calm and serene. Friar Richard smiled at them, and they, like old friends, smiled back. Nice. Hunter never wandered into the smithy and paused. I'm not sure exactly what he did, but the chinchillas seem to have calmed down. They are not attacking us even when we enter the forest anymore. While our weapons still seem a bit ineffective against them, I feel almost a bit bad trying to hunt them when they just sit there smiling stupidly at me. Blacksmith Carrie looked up from her forge and smiled. You're welcome. Carrie's almost max level. Need any security. One day a charismatic stranger appeared in Benia, armed with a strong voice and a head full of dangerous ideas. His diatribes were in an affront to the Watcher's divinity and the kingdom's authority, but they were beginning to catch the attention of the impressionable people. Something would have to be done. The Peterans have a very simple approach to any who would challenge their faith. Prove that their faith was stronger. A tournament of miracles would be held for all to see, with the winner claiming the title of the one true faith. Oh. Hold on. Supporting characters a Peter and follower. Interesting. Can I... There any one of my heroes here? I wonder if they can get XP from this. Damn, look at all these Peter and followers. Harry. Friar Richard could tell when a sermon didn't connect, and the sermon he had just delivered did not connect. The people seemed distracted, and even old standbys like gradually increasing the volume of your voice or pointedly clearing your throat had not snapped the attention back to Richard's message. I mustn't lose my connection to the congregation, the priest thought. Well, there is this strange prophet, like how the baby is just here, converting them early. Oh shit, it got rid of the message. I got a bunch of fish. Out of the breadbasket into the oven. Congratulations, Elizabeth has grown up into a lovely lass.
Hostima humaran. Nedrelok yesem.
Lil Prioress Elizabeth. I love that. My words of the Watcher's love continue to fall on deaf ears. Normally a stirring lecture would rouse the people from their daily stupor and bring in a few coins besides. Now nothing on either count. This is beginning to feel like the crisis of spiritual proportions. This lack of faith worries me far more than my dwindling funds, which are already past due payment to the castle. This vagabond is causing my flock to withdraw from the Watcher's gentle embrace. How? His talent for oration is impressive, but his theories on faith are hardly viable. Nature itself is not divine, it is just a small aspect of the Watcher's grand plan. I must remind him of that. I pity your misguided faith in some kind of invisible sky wizard, especially when the glory of nature is so abundant here around you, Prior Richard. Allow me to open your eyes to the truth. Join me for a walk through the nearby woods. I will be waiting just down the path. Also bring some bread for the critters. I can make some flatbread at Norman's place. Try to defeat the animals along the way. Funny, Prophet No doesn't look much like a fairy princess. If he breaks into song and I am out, and tolerance be damned. Richard looked longingly at the meadow, but then shook his head. Highly effective people need to minimize these types of risky distractions. He thought to himself. Richard spun on his heel and was off in a flurry of efficiency and complex mental calculations. Okay, I admit, my stroll through the woods was pleasant enough, but I saw no signs of this divinity the prophet spoke of, nor any compelling reason to abandon faith in the Watcher. Yet my flock is being seduced by this new belief. I must seek guidance on this, but not here, lest Prophet No finds a way to use my reflection against me. I need to clear my head and see past all this rhetoric of leaves and squirrels. I find writing down my thoughts the surest way to see the truth, as it opens a direct conduit to the Watcher.
Nisim noe ketobren.
As Prior Richard wrote, he felt his conscience fading away into serenity. The Watcher granted him focus, and suddenly the path became clear. It is folly to call out a weakness in another man's faith. Instead, I should demonstrate the strength of my own beliefs. My connection to the Watcher can survive any test. I must prove this to the Prophet No, and I will need the sanction of the throne for this trial.
Venek Puzel.
Genefe Quincy. Shaylin, not fun to
Relsha o Kak. Is to our mercs.
Hi, Prior Richard. We have not seen you nor your donations here in the throne room for a while. What do I owe the pleasure of today's visit? You would like a royal audience. His Majesty is a busy person indeed, but always has time for a loyal and supportive vassal. I'm sure if the small matter of past due fees were cleared up, King Seidel the Great would personally extend his thanks and be more than willing to hear your pleas.
Braylon, Rufflegar.
Muslim!
Adonai.
Crescent. Walapin.
Galusi Betharuve.
Awesome.
Panic.
Harlequin Glendas is saying that she actually saw the Watcher yesterday in a bowl of gruel. Not sure I believe her. Greetings, Prior Richard. You have my thanks for the dues you recently deposited. No matter the amount, Beania can only thrive if we all chip in. I understand from Royal Advisor Jebediah that donations to your church have dropped as a result of some new priest in town. This is bad for us all, and I am more than happy to support this trial of faith. I will order the town square to be at your disposal. I just ask one favor. The herald is ill. Can you scribe the announcement and deliver it to the village? There, the notice is written and just needs delivering to the village. Despite the fact that this menial task is distracting me from the dealing with Eric, the ailing is an invaluable chore. If word spreads and enough people witness the trials, I might be able to quell this misguided nature worshipping outright.
Melgrick. Fracon.
Walking along, Prior Richard looked up to see a gnarled dwarf of a man approaching from the other direction. When he got close, he opened his ratty jacket to reveal some ancient books. Books for sale, he croaked. Rarest and most valuable in the land. You would be a fool to pass up a deal like this. Never want to pass up a good deal. Richard would give the man his money and see if a book of his might be useful. The salesman sounded pretty shady. Richard wouldn't waste his money on such an obvious scam. Ah, we've got the money. Ooh. The dwarf grinned and took Prior Richard's money. You shan't be disappointed. I'll even give you a free sample of my other wares, he said as he pulled out the oldest and most ragged of his books and handed it over. The book filled Richard with an odd feeling of warmth as he touched it. I would imagine a smith of some skill would find that book most interesting. The little man shouted over his shoulder as he darted away. Legendary Angel's Talon and Watcher's Blade. Sweet. Okay, we're gonna make sure to get that to carry before we end this quest. I she might be at the church since she's a supporting character. Yeah. Yeah, the notice is written. Oh.
Pendrel. Lessical relepsis.
Kensipe. Orbitrage.
No cat say.
Oven Karutha.
Ah, your watcher is nothing more than an empty words and clever trickery. I accept your challenge, then soon you shall accept the true force of nature. Question Kulnevir the ailing about ailment. Malachi the cut purse. What makes this peasant a criminal? Let us hear his story. So this criminal stole some goods from the docks to provide for his poor family. It was wrong, but is punishing him with the arrest the best answer. I was trapping game in the forest to put food on the table when a boar came out of nowhere and gored me. I barely made it out of the woods alive, and I don't have the coin to treatment. Can he help me? Father Malachi assess injuries. Be right back. Request pardon. I appreciate your compassion and understand your goal, Prior Richard. However, I cannot just release the criminal no matter the cause of his crimes. However, I can pardon Malachi the Cutpurse if the fine of 150 gold is paid. Perhaps you can raise the funds with a passionate sermon and remind the people how charitable the Peteran Church truly is. Just see Royal Advice Jebediah when you coin. Didn't even realize we were friends. Well, rage satiated. Getting all of your rage out leaves you with a peaceful feeling, for a while at least. Whenever the alien's injuries are worse than she let on, I am amazed she is not dead. I am not a healer, but there are legends of Peterans with the power to ease suffering in others. Perhaps I can save Guinevere the ailing. I have to study these accounts. Kind of distracted. Good folk of Benia, loyal followers of the Watcher, your generosity is unmatched, and for that I thank you. But one of our own is in dire need, locked up simply for trying to provide for his family. Reach down into your hearts and pockets and help those less fortunate. It was not an easy task, but the community pulled together for this noble cause, and with a bit of personal sacrifice, it should have enough to ensure Malachi the Cutpurse's freedom, once I pay off the debt to the royal advisor Jebediah. There is an ancient account of a monk who had the power to mend others by taking their wounds onto him through a ritual only described as laying hands. It is risky at best, and many who have attempted have been overwhelmed by the injuries they absorb. I must have complete focus on the task, as well as strong empathic link to the wounded. Yet I must try, not for the competition, but as this may be the only thing that can save Guinevere the Ailing's life.
Pasa, Janek, la Quivet. Prior Richard concentrated on Guinevere the Ailing's pain, willing it all onto himself. In a flash of light, Guinevere the Ailing stepped back from the Prior Richard's embrace, relief softening her features. Prior Richard barely noticed Guinevere the Ailing's recovery as a sudden stab of agony erupted from his side, and warm blood trickled from a fresh, deep puncture wound. Oh shit. You have my sincere thanks, Prior Richard. I have never felt better. I may have dismissed your watcher too hastily. We should have just let them pray a bit. So I wonder if these miracles are just a questing, or can you actually keep doing miracles outside? As Prior Richard slept, a nascent feeling of comfort and happiness began to solidify into a beautiful dream. In the distance, soft music was carried on a fragrant spring breeze, and smiling faces cheered his approach. Richard could see a shining golden road leading towards a breathtaking paradise. In the opposite direction, the road faded into a thick mist, though Richard could almost make out a dark and still bedchamber, barely visible through the fog. It appeared that the dream had something to say. Prior Richard would allow himself to be swept along by the cheering throngs towards the vision of paradise. What would come, would come. The dream seemed to be offering paradise to Prior Richard, but was this not a product of his own mind? He could seize the control of the dream and take paradise. Seize control. Consult the README. Level 9. Friar Richard addressed the cheering crowd who listened with rapt attention. Every request he made was catered to as they made their way towards the shining gates to paradise. However, as they drew nearer, the crowd shrunk and the world around Richard seemed to a little less vibrant. Steps away from Utopia, Richard fell to the hard ground as the crowd completely disappeared and the world dissolved into a grey void. The hell is error code 13? Oh, I need to do a save as. Game is running out of memory. Nope. Uh-oh. Hmm. Might need to patch the game. Might have to lose this session. Oh shit. At least until the save. Can I remove some of the old saves maybe? Shit. To try patch this. Hopefully I didn't lose too much progress. I mean I did 20-minute saves and I took a break, so we'll see. Just need to get a 4GB patch. Game runs surprisingly far without any patches. It's much better than Sims 3. How did it install? Okay, hopefully that'll do it.
Definitely lost some progress though, but hopefully not too much. This far, Jesus Christ. Starting to hit like a really annoying point. Game, it was there from the very beginning with Sims 4. Very beginning from Sims 4, and we had kind of like a really good run with this one, but yeah. How far into the quest is this? All the way at the beginning. I think I'll end it here today. I might have to do some reading about this one to see if I can patch some things out. Such a frustrating thing, because this and Sims 3 are really amazing games, but their performance just tanks so fast. Well, I'll see everyone for the next one.